This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
On the South today, with the species threatened, yellow-eyed penguins need to build resilience against climate change, or they'll pass forever. After decades of dangerous surfaces and injuries, University of Otago installs non-slip surfaces. And the rattle and clatter of old machinery draws attention as the days of horsepower are revisited in Tinwald. Kia ora, good evening. With the South Today, I'm Craig Story. New Zealand's mainland yellow-eyed penguins could vanish by 2060, if not sooner. New research from the University of Otago is showing that the species could be locally extinct unless urgent material action is taken. The study also points to where conservation efforts can be most effective in building penguin resilience against climate change.
Yellow-eyed penguins on the Otago Peninsula could disappear by 2060, according to a paper published in the international journal Piaget. The paper, by the University of Otago scientists, says the population is declining largely due to rising ocean temperatures. The university modelled factors behind the decline in mainland yellow-eyed penguin populations, including sea temperatures, toxins and nets set in penguin foraging areas, and are calling for action to reduce regional threats. Lead study author Dr. Thomas Matten of the University of Otago says it's possible the penguins will be lost forever from the coast, which could hurt the local economy.
Marketing study done by a university from Brisbane, I think, found that the penguins alone contribute around 100 million New Zealand dollars per year to the local economy. That's substantial.
But Matten says the situation can be turned around with immediate, bold action.
Yes, there is hope for the yellow-eyed penguins. The ocean warming and global change, climate change, is not the death knell for the species. There are so many other pressures that we can regulate, like fisheries, pollution. We can find out what the toxins are, and we can establish marine reserves that actually serve a purpose for the penguins, rather than just designate some tiny slivers of the ocean that don't really help.
A statement issued by the university this week called the penguin's habitat degraded by human activities. Breeding numbers for the penguin have been in steady decline for some time, with breeding pairs on the Otago Peninsula dropping to about 200 from 600 in the 1990s. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Frontier Touring has announced a new show from UK singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran here in Dunedin. Pre-sale tickets to Sheeran's first show sold out in 20 minutes yesterday. The second show scheduled for March the 31st, following the first gig on March 29, begging the question, what's he going to do on March the 30th? Recover? In a statement, Frontier Touring says they're absolutely over the moon that Ed Sheeran will perform a second show in Dunedin next year. They're so happy they can hardly count. Tickets to both shows go on public sale at 2 p.m. Tuesday the 23rd of May through Ticketmaster. The University of Otago has put a non-slip surface on some of the more slippery tiles around campus. The safety of the tiles has been an ongoing issue since they were first applied in the early 1990s. The South Today's reporter Rudy Adrian has more.
This team of workers has been hard at work resurfacing some of the Otago campus areas that were first tiled in the early 90s. The tiles have been an issue, with more than 80 injuries, including some serious, from people falling over and slipping during the last 25 years. Barry Mackay of Property Services said the university was aware that a resurfacing needed to be done.
We became aware that there was increased risk around slips on these particular tiles because of their age, and it was advisable for us to treat it now.
The work was done by Rockbind, whose director, Linda Buaglar, was aware of the slip issue.
The public response has been fantastic, especially from the students, related parties, some of them being parents. They've actually said, look, part of the protocol here of the university is you get the university, you've got the learning, it's lots of fun, very slippery. That's almost part of the initial knowledge about the university. When we came along, they stopped and said thank you so much, because there were concerns throughout winter, as winter is coming, that somebody's going to actually have another accident, and quite often that does happen, so we're here to help that.
The resurfacing involves covering the tiles with an adhesive and then grit made from the waste product from smelting bauxite into aluminium. The sharp edges of the grit help make the surface non-slip.
The whole idea about an anti-slip system is that the aggregates are exposed rather than coated over, because that's where you get slippage. So we've focused around a bauxite-based product.
We're putting it down here in the university because they have a slip issue, and I've never seen so many people say thank you.
The Rockbind crew and materials came all the way down from Auckland to do the work, to the tune of about $90,000. But the university is happy with the result.
And we chose this product because of its warranty, because of where it's been used and its track record, so it's a good product.
The university is hoping the risk to pedestrians slipping on the tiles will be a lot less in the future. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Good job. Palmerston's Community Board will ask the Waitaki District Council to move the town's bus stop back to its original location. This is following growing community frustration with the new site. A year ago, the stop moved from Bond Street to Sunday Street to create 6 more parks outside local businesses, but users have since complained of a lack of shelter from the rain and heavy winter frosts and poor lighting at the new stop. Ashburton machinery fans bought out the old gear at the Plains Museum in Tynwald on Saturday to process a trailer load of oats left over from the horsepower display at the Mayfield show. Take a look at this. 2 Clydesdales from Debut Stud, just south of Ashburton, were harnessed to the swingle trees on the metal arms of a horsepower device. What a lovely sentence. The horsepower turned a drive shaft linked to a chaff cutter Winchester machinery fan that Brian Smith rescued from Camden Station in the Aratiri Valley in Marlborough. Elsewhere, traction engines provided the driving for 2 tin mills. Visitors were able to buy chaff and small bales. The display was set in a paddock behind the museum with a steady stream of visitors intrigued by the rattle and the clatter of old machinery. Well done. Still to come on The South Today, strong growth at Dunstan High School prompts contingency plans from area principals. And here's something you'll need, a tutorial on keeping warm on the cheap.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon, 9th of June. Don't miss out.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Strong roll increases at Dunstan High School in Alexandra are being monitored by the Ministry of Education. The primary schools feeding into the high school are also experiencing steady growth. Dunstan started the year with its highest roll in a decade, 573 students, up from last year's 540. Dunstan High School Principal Rhys Goldsmith is talking to Alexandra and Clyde primary schools and the Ministry of Education about plans for growth in the region. A Southland dairy farmer is encouraging rural people to get involved in volunteering locally. Katrina Thomas won the Dairy Women's Network Award for Community Leadership, and she says it's been an honour to be recognised nationally for her efforts. Here's the South Today's Ruby Spink.
Southland dairy farmer Katrina Thomas says throwing yourself behind community projects is the best way to optimise your potential. Last week she won the Dairy Women's Network Dairy Community Leadership Award for her work leading the network's Southland Hub, organising and supporting other women in the industry.
It was so overwhelming and it was just incredible. And the more I looked at everybody, because I probably knew, 70% of the people in the room, it was just an amazing feeling. And it was just an amazing feeling, I think, to be acknowledged by my peers and about because all the other regional group conveners were there, the network partners, and it was just that acknowledgement.
She first got involved with the network in 2012 after converting the farm she owns with her husband from sheep to dairy. The group had about 2,000 members nationwide then, but now has around 9,000, with about 2,500 in the Southland Otago area. She says the work has been really rewarding, especially during the last few years of low dairy payouts.
And here in Southland, we put a number of workshops together where we brought in rural professionals, and one was, surviving and thriving in a volatile industry. And the women they really appreciate just the opportunity to come together, because women are happy to, if they're in a safe environment, they'll open up and they'll talk. And for some of them, just getting it out on the table about how they feel and how they're juggling things.
Thomas was born and bred into Otapere and now works in Raisbush with a herd of about 800 cows. She says she's seen how hard it can be for young dairy workers to become a part of the community when they first start in a new place, and how crucial it can be for them to make social connections by joining local groups. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
Dunedin's Cosy Homes Charitable Trust is offering a free workshop tonight on cheap and easy heating and insulation ideas. The trust was established in 2015 to help those who find themselves unable to keep their homes warm and dry. The Dunedin City Council report found healthcare was one of the biggest costs associated with poor quality housing in our region.
Dunedin's Cosy Homes Charitable Trust is offering energy conservation and insulation advice and free workshops on cheap and easy heating and insulation ideas.
Electric blankets, they might keep you, warm and toasty, but they don't actually help in regards to your health. So you really need to be heating the air in your room.
The Trust also offers a scheme providing free ceiling and underfloor insulation for renters who have community services cards.
Actually, we can connect people to existing financial resources. Some of them are subsidy programs, some of them are financing programs through the City Council that allow you to put the cost of insulation and clean heating appliances across your rate for 10 years, your rates rather.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, so although we don't actually have those programs, Cozy Homes doesn't own and operate those programs, we connect people to those programs. There is now change to the Residential Tenancies Act where all rental properties in New Zealand will have to be insulated floor and ceiling by July 1st, 2019. And there is currently a subsidized insulation program to help landlords that have low-income tenants do that work.
It has a free hotline for energy advice, and through the Warm Dunedin scheme, eligible residents can spread out the costs of insulation and clean heating appliances over 10 years via their rates payments. Nearly half of Dunedin city households experience difficulties keeping homes warm and dry, with a Dunedin City Council report in 2015 noting many houses in the city were comparatively old and poorly insulated.
That there are really high rates of asthma in New Zealand, especially amongst children, and that can be at least somewhat attributed to the fact that our bedrooms are cold and damp, and children are breathing in that cold, damp air at night while they're sleeping, and their lungs are still being formed.
Even as simply how to use a heat pump economically and effectively. You know, the best ways to heat your children's rooms, statistics about current insulation rates in Dunedin.
The report also found Dunedin is estimated to have over 18,000 homes that are not warm or dry enough to keep people healthy and comfortable at reasonable cost. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, Chantel opened the door and Tyke bolted for freedom on the very first night. After 2.5 years later, they're reunited. And it was a real treat for rugby fans. The game of two halves is Otago Boys High v Kings High School, and the score was, wait for it, tomorrow's ODT comes, and also the weather, and you'll need some warm socks.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon, 9th of June. Don't miss out.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
quite normal to feel sick. It is quite normal to feel sad. It is quite normal to feel unwell.
Our Monday night medical documentary is Donated to Science. Join a group of Dunedin medical students as they dissect the human body and meet the donors before they died.
Another part of my body that's taken a bit of punishment.
Donated to Science, next Monday, 8 p.m.
Thank you for staying with the South today. Tyke, the tabby cat, has been reunited with his owner in Greymouth after a 2.5 year separation. Chantal Scott was thrilled to discover a Facebook post showing a pussycat found on a farm outside Taylorville when she immediately recognised that it was her pet. Tyke went missing when Ms Scott moved to Blackball to stay with her parents, but as soon as the door was left open on the first night, he bolted for freedom. Ms Scott says the pussycat is in good condition and hasn't stopped purring since he came home. Lovely fluffy animal story. But fans of schoolboy rugby witnessed a real treat as OBHS First 15 walloped Kings High yesterday. The match a fierce haka. Look at this, the passion in this. Both teams this could have resulted in a kerfuffle as the players advanced towards each other, but thankfully good discipline was maintained with the teams choosing to fight with the ball instead. After an early try to Kings, the game wasn't much of a close contest as the visitors were pinned between their own 22 and the goal line for the first half. The Harley Taylor Memorial Trophy will stay at OBHS for another year after the First 15's 9th consecutive defence of the Cup. The final score at Littlebourne was OBHS 32, Kings High 5. And let's recap tonight's top stories on the South today. New research from Otago University shows yellow-eyed penguins could be extinct locally in the next 25 to 40 years unless urgent action is taken. Also from the university, a non-slip surface has been added on some of the more slippery tiles around campus in an attempt to mitigate safety issues. And Ashburton machinery fans went really old school at the weekend with a display of working chaff cutters and other historic farm equipment being fired up. Let's have a look now at tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. Barry Stewart, how are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Craig. I'm very good, thank you. Second Ed Sheeran concert announced today. That was interesting news, so maybe I'll get a chance to get some tickets. Missed out the first time, along with many others, obviously.
Many others, yeah.
So we look at the potential impact of that on the city, which will be pretty big. 40,000 people, 80,000 people.
80,000, and you can't get a bed now for the first gig. The second one's going to be even harder to try and find beds
Exactly.
for.
There could be opportunities there,
Yes,
but there, that's another story. So surprise discovery of a massive geothermal resource could transform a west coast economy. So that's good news for that area. Delta has appointed a new chief executive as it splits with its sister company, Aurora Energy.
Indeed.
St Bernadette School in Dunedin, their principal, Jan Taylor, is stepping down after a 54-year teaching career.
Goodness me.
It's not a bad effort, is it?
That is grand.
Tom Cruise, the word going around the internet today is that he's coming to Queenstown, so we check out that story. We'll let you know.
Keep an eye on that.
In sport, we talked to Silver Ferns player Katie Martin, cricketer, of course, on her selection for the World Cup and the team's prospects.
A good issue.
Yeah.
Big fat newspaper. Well done. Thank you very much, sir. All right, prepare yourself. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Collagen Plus.
And today's Southern View, that's Don Street in Invercargill, I recognise. That was my old stomping ground. A passing train at Dunedin's railway station. And this is a leafy lakeside Queenstown vista. How lovely. The situation, oh I'm so sorry, a few days of cold sou'westers are in store with periods of very wintry showers and cold fronts amass, snow flurries to low levels, more about that soon, strong winds too, near gale force in exposed places, bringing temperatures into single digits for a couple of days. All across the south, it is strong sou'westers, sleety showers, and temperatures well into singles. Right down in the Catlins, sleety showers. Snow is probable in Slopedown. Gore, strong sou'westers and showers for you, only 8. And in Lumsden, the same for you. And those numbers are kind of optimistic. To the central outlook, Alexandra, gusty sou'westers, sleety showers, and 9 for you. Freshening showers and snow showers in Queenstown, 9. Oh, that's just the sound of money, isn't it? Freshening sou'westers, sleety showers, and 8 in Te Anau, and freshening afternoon snow showers, 9 in Wanaka. Off to Oamaru, fresh sou'westers. The high point is 11 for you, but late showers will make a distinct change to that. Omarama, fresh showers, late showers. Fresh sou'westers, 9. Timaru, same for you, 11. That's being hopeful, but 9 in Twizel with snow showers for you later. In Dunedin tonight, we can expect showers and gusty cold sou'westers and 7, but tomorrow starts well intentioned enough, sun and scattered cloud and moderate westerlies, but late in the day, very cold, strong, gale force winds with hail, sleet and heavy showers embedded, snow to 200 metres. That is all of Mount Grant, 3 Mile Hill, Halfway Bush, Brockville, Saddle Hill included, 5 and 10. But Friday begins off well, but bitterly cold, strong gale force, sou'westers and sleety showers by the afternoon, 4 and 8. Saturday, more of the same, snowy showers and 7. The snow potentially on the way. Please be informed with road conditions, including the closures. www.dunedin.gov.nz, Council Online Road Conditions, and they'll be updated regularly. If snowfall arrives, extra information will also be available on the site, and that includes the Akatori and Hokanui Hills will be snow-capped too, way down there in Invercargill. Showers will be dissipating, strong sou'westers tonight and 5, but Thursday is very cold. Wintry showers, hail, sleet, strong sou'westers, 7 and 4, but Friday 7 and 6 and 3. Saturday will be fine, sunny periods and strong cold sou'westers again. It is the south, you are already prepared for it. And that is the south today. It has been a pleasure and a privilege. I'm Craig Story. Thank you. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.